on the water, an adventure around this great brown land and beyond. Strap on your life jacket and get set to get wet on the water.
Welcome back from the break. Let's go and see some more fantastic racing action.
And as with yesterday, 2-litre boats heading away first of all in the unlimited outboard category, and they'll be hunted down by the bigger 2.5-litre boats. Steve McKenzie on the inside, Darren Millgate on the outside. Are we going to see a Reece Coles repeat of yesterday's performance where he absolutely trailed up the field? Only time will tell. Looks like Stevie McKenzie there down into the bottom turn. Looks like the sun glare could be a little bit of an issue, and beautiful shots of Hazelwood Pondage there as the boats swing around, and you can see the rooster tails off these boats there. Reece Coles there in the premium ale machine coming through, but it looks like Gavin Bricker has got a hard charge going on there in the Bricker racing machine. Reece Coles comes through now, and he is pushing very hard, but it looks like Gavin Bricker is pushing even harder. Looks like Michael Beasley, in slightly twisted, seems to have a little bit of a better setup here today. In fact, staying in touch there with Reece Coles. We've got Steve McKenzie in the Phantom now, coming down the back straightaway, and you can see the trees there, ladies and gentlemen. Like, have a look at the boat speed on Gavin Bricker now in his 2.5-litre Bricker racing machine, the composite boat. Very, very high-tech machine out of Europe as he charges down, and now he will be looking at picking up Darren Millgate. Have a look at the boat speed difference between the 2-litre and the 2.5-litre machines. You've got Steve McKenzie just rounding the bottom corner there. Roughish conditions here now. You can see the white caps on the course, ladies and gentlemen, and quite blustery conditions indeed. You can see Reece Coles now. So this is a little bit of a turnaround from yesterday's race. Reece Coles was the man to beat yesterday, but Gavin Bricker now really played with his setup overnight. He's got his team, he's got everything working beautifully, and now there is absolute daylight between Gavin Bricker and Reece. Oh, standing the boat. In fact, he's gone over. He's blown the boat over, ladies and gentlemen. The boat's over. It's upside down. Gavin Bricker pushing very hard. He has gone over. The boat is in. He's in a safety capsule. The safety boy will deploy. He's on air supply, and he's got a 6-point harness. He should be as safe as houses in that boat. But a big blow over there from Gavin Bricker.
Okay, joining us now, Gavin Bricker, Formula One powerboat driver extraordinaire. Gavin, you had a fantastic day yesterday, but unfortunately leading a race today, big blowover down the back straight. Tell us about that.
Yeah, mate, we had a great start in the event, probably 2.5 laps into it. I felt the boat was getting a bit loose going down the back chute, so I trimmed her in a little bit, and then another gust of wind come, and mate, she lifted, and I tried to fight it by switching the arse around, that sort of stuff, mate, but no luck, and at least she did a rather big backflip.
Well, it was a perfect, just about a 1.5 with a pike thrown in as well. I saw the bottom of the boat, the top of the boat. Looks like your canopy copped a bit of a hiding here. You got a bit of a cut on your face and on your arm, but generally you're okay, a bit bashed up and sore. But what's it like to go over like that?
Mate, you really don't know, and until it really happens, everything virtually goes dead quiet for a couple of minutes, and then, or a couple of seconds, I should say. And
feels like a couple of minutes.
Yeah, next minute, your boat's full of water. You're upside down swimming out.
Pretty safe, these deals, obviously. You're on the air supply and all your safety systems worked?
Yes, mate. I run full air in the boat full time. So, I've probably got about 30 minutes of air. So if the boat's submerged, I can stay there for about 30 minutes. So, you've just got to compose yourself and not panic.
Oh, well, mate, great to see you here. Disappointing you had a bit of it off, but it's all in one piece. You're all in one piece. Gav, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, buddy.
Joining us now, Chris Palmer, not only the driver of the magnificent Outlaw blown alcohol displacement, but one of the guys, or the guy that's really pulled this deal together here for this weekend and last weekend. Chris, how's your campaign been going so far?
Oh, we've had a few little issues. Last weekend we had in the semi-final, winning the semi-final quite easily, and the fuel pump vibrated loose and came back and dropped the drive out, so we lost all our fuel pressure, of course. This weekend we had a slight problem with leaned out in the cylinder and pulled a couple of hours. We had the heads off last night, fixed them, got it back in the water. Now we've got to get the tune up back in the engine. So we're into the replicharge, so we'll see how we go on the replicharge.
You had a run this morning, the boat looked pretty good?
Yeah, it's not too bad, but then the wind got up, got rid of the flies, but A bit rough out there, yeah.
Not used to the flies being from Tasmania?
No, we don't have flies down there.
No flies down there. There's nothing bad in Tasmania at all. No. Mate, you've done a power of work. I know everyone says it all weekend, and obviously everyone here appreciates what you've done. And we just hope you do well in repechage. Good luck for the rest of the weekend.
Thanks, mate.
Go on you, Chris. Welcome back. Let's now get into some finals action.
Rightio, this is the repechage for the Unlimited Displacement World Cup. This is do or die for these guys. Brian McCosker was in the pits earlier on saying, what do I have to do? The officials told him, you have to win, Brian. And it looks as though he has got the bit between his teeth. And Liberty storms down into the front turn in front of Barry Chesser in Rival, who had a very, very clean start. The Hammer getting away. Oh, Rival putting its nose in there in actual fact and having a little bit of a bite. But have a look at Brian McCosker now. That boat is seriously fast after a disappointing heat in the repechage, pushing very, very hard now. Trevor Stanley on the inside in the Ancient Orange. The Hammer comes through with Tony Marks as well, getting a little bit of a hose off there. But Brian McCosker, look at the distance that he has put on Trevor Stanley and Ancient Orange there. This is absolute perfection. He has got the bit between his teeth, and Brian McCosker is out to win. Look at the boat writhe up onto its cavitation plates as it throws its head up in the air. Look at Barry Chesser trying to get the power down into the Rival machine as it leaps and jumps and lurches up onto the front straight away. Brian McCosker making the field chase him very, very hard now. Trevor Stanley out of South Australia doing a fantastic job in the beautiful orange blown displacement machine, the Ancient Orange. Now Brian McCosker down into the bottom turn. He is very, very strong here. He doesn't want to lose this one. A World Cup is at stake in this particular repechage for Brian McCosker. He thought about retiring a year ago. The World Cup came on and he said, I'm up for that. And he pushes hard and he gets the checkered flag. Brian McCosker, pure class out there. Trevor Stanley comes through. He'll pick up second position. A great run from him. Barry Chesser there in the Rival machine. A great run for those guys after working hard on the boat all weekend and rounding out the field. A good weekend for Tony Marks in the Hammer, but just not the pace to knock off McCosker this weekend. Brian McCosker, a superstar of blown displacement racing, takes it down. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. He knows he's done the business here this afternoon at Hazelwood Pondage. With extremely rough conditions causing the cancellation of the final of the Unlimited Displacement World Cup, the points were tallied and we came up with the winners. In equal third place on 158 points was Dean Barry and She's the Culprit and Duff Daly out of the United States in Champagne Taste. In second position on 164 points was Iron Nuts with the great man out of Queensland, Jeff Tompkins. But the winner of the World Unlimited Displacement Cup on 179 points was the boat Liberty with Brian McCosker, crowned the world champion.
Well, that's it from here at the Hazelwood Pondage. The Unlimited Blown Displacement World Championship has been run and won by the great man himself, Brian McCosker. Now don't forget, if you send an email into the email address at the bottom of the screen at the moment, we've got some fantastic merchandise to give away. Give us the reason that you love powerboat racing, and the 3 best reasons are going to win some terrific merchandise. So remember, whether you're playing with your rubber ducky in the bath or you're driving a blown alcohol displacement on the river, a bad day on the water is still better than a good day at work. Remember, next week, the caveman will be back. So until then, see you next time.